Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away at the storm. Now on down to your love from evermore. Chip away.
And good Tuesday morning here on the Chip Matthews program. I'm your host. Yes, y'all. It was amazing. I was riding down the road on 49 and I fell into a pothole, and then there she was.
I was.
Taylor Turcotte.
It's hidden.
It's so glad to have you back. She's been on special assignment.
Yep. Working some things out.
Yep.
Ready to go.
So now all I have to do is sit back and do nothing now.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay, so things are going forward, catching y'all up into the real world of what goes on in the world.
Yes.
Today is the day that we should have the certification of the primaries.
Okay.
A lot of people don't think about that. You know, they've had a chance to come in and do what they wanted to do, but now we're back to the primaries.
Right.
And what's going on there. So as y'all come on in the room and start looking in online, I want you to understand that we'll find out details today of the primaries. Now, I've been out putting my signs out. I saw your sign design.
My sign design.
Sign design.
Yeah, I don't have any signs yet, but I've got it designed and ready.
Okay.
I have everything done that can be done without money.
There you go. So always give to your local candidates, especially the ones that are on the radio.
Exactly. And those that are trying to save Jackson.
Yeah. So here we are.
Yes.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
And I mean, it's all back. I mean, you've missed me for 3 weeks.
Has it been 3 weeks?
I don't know how long.
I think it's been 2.
I
think it's been 2 weeks.
It felt like forever.
Did it?
It did. It felt like forever.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know.
Yep.
But now you've come home.
I'm back.
And you're still just lively as Heather with all that commentary over there.
You kind of went silent on me. I didn't expect to come in and carry it right off the bat, but
okay. But let's just go through some things. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about Jackson. Okay. Chokeway's out of there.
Chokeway's gone.
Mm-hmm. And
but
what?
I mean, let's face it. As I said before, the only reason that I ran for Congress was trying to get Benny Thompson because I knew that nothing would change in Jackson until we got Benny Thompson out. And I'm still stuck in the same situation because now, I mean, everybody knows that Chokwe and Benny have been on the outs since the water crisis back when they had the town hall in Rolling Fork.
Right.
So that was 2022. They've been on the outs. Benny is fully behind John Horn. We have another politician right back on the ballot for mayor.
And yes,
for Democrats.
Yeah, 32 years of John Horn. And I've had the phone line set up for weeks now.
Yep.
Since you've been gone. I'm gonna put that on you again.
Okay.
And they have I've told somebody to please, the hotline is wide open. If you can think of anything that John Horn has ever done in the last 32 years, my phone is open to you right now.
Well, because
it's still not ringing.
Yeah, I mean he's been voted in over and over and over and over again. He could have put some pressure on the mayor. I mean, the mayor is not as big of a dog. People could have pressured him into doing things that should have been done.
Well, it isn't the mayor's responsibility. He could have talked to the councilman.
He could have.
I mean, he could have gone to somebody and gotten something done, been in the news saying, look, I brought all this money to Jackson and they won't build a park. They won't feed the animals at the zoo. They won't.
Right.
They won't do anything.
We do not need any more politicians in Jackson. We need a fresh start.
We need completely break the chains.
Yep.
As Dockin would say.
Yep. And Kim Wade's the only one who can do it.
Yes, that is correct.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Kim has got the base of knowledge of what has been. I mean, in order to fix something, you have to look at it and know how Well, I should say to fix it efficiently, you need to know how something was broken.
Well,
and Kim understands what has been done to Jackson over the years and can go in and fix all that.
it's like the people, we talk mostly to the people that are out there. And what I see is that the people understand one thing, right and wrong.
They do.
Okay.
They do.
If a person was elected who just did what was right
Right.
and what was wrong,
Right.
we would already be 1,000 times better.
We would.
Okay. But now we're sitting in a situation to where we got to do right, wrong, and then the people expect you to rebuild. Because here we are at 100 days since President Trump was sworn into office on his second part. And there are things going on. Now he's hired like Bondi and all these people that he's put in place.
Right.
And Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and all these people in place to do things.
Right.
But they don't have the ability of Donald Trump. Oh, good morning, Anita. Anita Ford says hello to Chip and Taylor.
Good morning, Anita.
Okay, see there, people.
She's on every morning, isn't she? I've
Yes,
heard
she
you
is.
mention her a couple
I
of
mention
times.
everybody. It's like a romper room thing.
Okay, nice.
I will mention everybody.
I was on Romper Room.
You and Chris Painter.
I was on Romper Room when it was over at over behind the off of Highway 18.
I'm going to download the theme song and just play it every day and say all the people we see.
I can still see that classroom in my mind even.
Oh yeah. But
Okay,
anyway,
go ahead.
where I was Trump's done his 100 days and all these people are out trying to do the president's work. People are wanting to see it faster. Democrats in Congress want to tell you, and Senate want to tell you that you can't go any, you said you could do all this stuff that you can't do, but we know he is doing it.
Well,
But when you hand it off to, let's say, Bondi and them, they have to do it by the law.
right.
Okay.
Well, you got different people that Trump has appointed that are doing things at different speed because Tom Homan's doing things at Mach speed.
Yeah, but he's doing what he is allowed to do
Legally.
by law.
Exactly.
And
Has to do with the border.
Now, remember, Trump as the president
Mm-hmm.
cannot be found accountable for the things he does. That's other than by the vote.
Right.
And he can't run for re-election.
Right. So he can.
Although he does have a new hat out, 2028. Right. So see, he can do what he wants to do.
Right.
But the other people have to do it at the pace that they have backing information for Congress and this, that, and the other. And so that's going to slow things down. But I mean, it isn't like they've been in a hurry to fix anything. They just now got back to town up there in Washington.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our representatives from the state, we need to hold them accountable and make sure that they're on board with the big, beautiful bill. That would be the senators.
Yeah.
And the people in the House.
I only see one person in our state that should have a problem with doing whatever Donald Trump wants done, right?
Yeah.
There's only one that's heavily against him. The others will do what they're supposed to do.
And tell me this, since you've been out in politics, tell me this, is the biggest problem in politics the politicians? When you look at race relations in politics, it's mostly just driven by the politicians and not by the people that you run into. Would you say that?
The race war?
The race war that does not exist.
I think that I don't think the race war started by the politicians. I think that started by people behind the scenes.
Okay, well, I see.
Politicians, I think the biggest problem with politicians is you got to have money to get in, and in order to get money, you got to sell whatever to get in.
Well, I mean, it's like, for instance, in Canton, we're through with Truly.
Right.
Okay. Ding dong.
But he's
Truly's
trying to
gone.
jump to the water, isn't he?
And then so he tried to make it a race thing in Canton. And the people have gotten, and I just feel this way. I feel like the people everywhere are just, we're tired of it.
Well, it's like a stop all. If I throw down the race card, then you have to stop in your tracks and apologize and say, every white person, because I mean, let's think about it. If you're called a racist,
right,
that's basically an insult, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So if you call somebody a racist, it immediately puts them on their heels because it's an insult.
Correct.
So if the country's racist, then how is it an insult to be called racist?
Okay, let's go back here. And in the election world,
right?
if you are labeled a racist,
you're done.
You're done.
You can't. It immediately. It's like a winning. It's like an ace of spades to drop on somebody. It ends their argument.
But as we
unfairly, in my
as
opinion.
we move along in the political world, we learn that people aren't racist. Otherwise, Donald Trump would not be in office because they tried their best.
Right.
And the people calling him racist the most were white liberals.
White liberals. White liberal women.
You know.
Like me.
Yeah. Well, also, you had Schumer and all of them.
Yeah, but it's
he's a lot like a woman.
Wow.
Well, he's a lot like a woman.
Yeah,
like a little old lady.
Let's not talk about him.
Okay.
He's evil.
He's the equivalent of he would be Aunt B.
You want to look at a corrupt politician who has done nothing but lie to get what he wants for his entire career? That's Schumer.
And we have
Pelosi.
And
if you are at the head of the Democratic Party, you have been lying through your teeth.
And Benny Thompson.
Lying through your teeth.
And right now we're flooding in Vicksburg.
Right.
We're 49.5, I believe, this morning on the
river's
river.
High.
It's, they're set up to go 50. If they go higher than 50, they have to increase the height of the wall.
Right.
But if the pumps worked, the people at Eagle Lake would not be flooded now.
Well, but see, that's a thing. I looked into all that, and it's not just as easy as fixing it as with pumps. There's a whole huge situation that goes on between Louisiana and Mississippi, fighting over the water and all that up there. So it's not as easy a solution as flipping the switch and turning on the pumps.
Well, the key is this. We have to keep X amount of water off of Louisiana.
Right.
Or they're going to dump it into the Mississippi Sound and kill all our shrimp and our oysters and all of that.
Right.
So right now, if you could have drained some of it off upriver, we would be in a better shape. Okay. And wildlife, for instance, I was looking at pictures online the other day of black bears playing in the water, floating down the river, and you're going, you're wondering how they get spread from one end of the state to the other. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
They're playing in the water.
Well, and you can go.
And they said they were playing. Now, my next question is, if you go to swim in the Mississippi River, are you playing or are you in trouble?
Well, on the side, I think I saw somebody on the side of the river, and it's not very deep. It's basically, it's all the way, like in Memphis, I think it's all the way up to where it's like covering grass. So you basically, you wade down into a certain extent, and then it would drop off.
This was at Vicksburg.
This was at Vicksburg.
So that's 49, 50 feet is 49 or 50 feet.
Yep.
And the water's quick out there in the Mississippi River.
It is.
But
point being is something needs to be done, and the politicians, they just want to let it ride.
Yeah.
They don't want to roll their sleeves up.
Okay. So here we are this morning, Chip Matthews, Taylor Turcotte on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. Let's take a break, and we're going to come back. If you got something on your mind, give us a call. 601-879-0002. And we'll be right back after this on WYAB. On WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
When life throws challenges your way, you need a legal team you can trust. And Bain Bowen Attorneys at Law will fight for you. The Bain Bowen team brings over 60 years of combined experience to the table. From criminal law and DUI defense to wills and estate planning, real estate closings, divorce and family law, and even government relations, Bain Bowen is committed to serve you with excellence every time. Let the Bain Bowen team give you the relief you need from stressful, complex legal issues. Visit Bain Bowen Attorneys at Law at bainbowen.com.
The Chennault Aviation and Military Museum is proud to announce the return of the Red, White, and Blue Air Show to the Monroe Regional Airport May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Enjoy an amazing show with heart-pounding performances by the U.S. Air Force F-35, U.S. Army Golden Knights, Randy Ball, Ghost Riders, Titan Aerobatic Team, and more. There'll be planes on display and helicopter rides. May 2nd and 3rd, gates open at 3 for amazing evening and night shows. Sunday, May 4th, gates open at 11 a.m. for thrilling day show. Visit Explore Louisiana to plan your trip today and buy tickets now at redwhiteandblueairshow.com.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Priced to fit your budget. At Pops Auto, we specialize in trucks. From four-wheel drives to diesels, our satisfied repeat buyers know Pops has one of the largest truck inventories for any independent dealer, period. Browse Pops inventory at popsautosalesllc.com and get pre-approved for a zero down payment with approved credit. With warranties and service contracts available. Pops Auto Sales, your home for trucks. Highway 49 South in Florence.
This copy machine has me so frustrated. I could just body slam it. Oh!
Whoa there, leave the body slamming to the pros and leave superior high-quality office tech to the experts at Advantage Business Systems, brother.
Woo! Get it!
Never body slam your copy machine again. Visit absms.com. Advantage Business Systems, laying the smackdown on bad tech.
This Mother's Day, we celebrate the women who help the world bloom. Green Oak has roses by the dozen, beautiful gift baskets, and cut flower arrangements of her favorite color and variety. Let Mom know how special and loved she is. That message is best said with flowers. So this Mother's Day, make sure she has the best by letting Green Oak's design team put together a custom arrangement or gift basket just for her. Visit Green Oak in Jackson, next to Palm Bridges Park, at the Township in Ridgeland, or order online at our new website, greenoakms.com. Happy Mother's Day from all of us at Green Oak.
Get the jump on the season at the #1 stop for all your boating and custom water sports needs, Smith Marine. Crest Pontoons are here. Come experience luxury and style with a 90-day, no payment, no interest financing option with approved credit. Plus a 1-year Seato membership, free cover, free Bimini top, and free inflatable tube. And these crests are pre-rigged with Suzuki motors and Suzuki's industry best warranty. Smith Marine also buys quality pre-owned boats with consignments and trade-ins on the res in Ridgeland and at smithmarinesales.com.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back on a Tuesday morning here on the Chip Matthews Show. And good morning, Jamie Mitchell. He played live out at Angry Pizza this past weekend.
Good morning.
There you are.
Good morning.
Taylor Turcotte in the studio with me. Some of y'all have missed her.
Have y'all missed me?
Well, somebody
glad to be
has.
back.
I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't missed you.
Yeah, I know. You don't. I know.
And on the ballot in Pearl, in the general election, they have the alcohol on the ballot to open up liquor stores in Pearl.
In Pearl?
Yeah.
Nice. I see they had a huge showing at their Pearl Day.
Did they ever? That was a great thing. And then Clay's coming in this morning. Now, Clay was there and having a great time, but Clay's on his way in this morning, and he's driving a Tesla truck today.
Really?
I don't know what happened to where he's not driving the Raptor, but he's driving the Tesla truck.
Yikes.
There we go. They'll all be in the parking lot out
so
there.
Ugly.
They'll be protesting. So today when I came in, I got it. Instead of using the elevator just to get some exercise, I climbed the 7 stories to the 7th floor of studio here at WYAB in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. So that's that.
Yep.
And also I've extended a offer to Mr. Truly, the alleged mayor of Canton, to come on this show and explain himself about the way he's been acting.
Okay.
I mean, he's running around going, Chip can't go do this, Chip can't go do that. Well, he don't sound like a redneck. He sounds like a, never mind.
Yep.
Can't say it out loud. besides a lunatic. I can say
They don't-
lunatic,
you
allegedly.
Well, being a lunatic, that's an opinion.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
That's your opinion of him.
yeah.
But
oh, no, that's not my opinion.
I'm
You
quite
won't-
sure that. Well, I would say it's probably everybody's opinion.
No,
I'm not
don't
calling
make-
you out.
Don't make me. No, that's not my opinion
Sorry.
of him.
That wasn't a call
I
out.
will
That
have
was
to hit
just
the beat
that
button
was a,
over here.
that was
for-
a clarification for you to cover your honey.
I'd have to put a beat button in here
Yep.
to give you my opinion on him.
Yep.
But currently in Canton, it seems like Truly, that's the
Mhm.
ex-mayor, current mayor, and then the Blackman family, who were had their candidate, who was a school teacher. They kind of blocked her out.
Yeah.
She lost by 43 votes.
But I'm
on
thrilled.
the,
I love that.
But here's the important thing: on the machines,
Yay, Canton.
on the machines, she won by 1 vote.
Of course.
And so today,
on the voting machines, of course.
So today, the election.
Who's running that election?
The election certification,
right,
will take place, and when you certify the election, that's when you can challenge.
Now you can challenge it. Now that it's been
See,
finalized,
and see-
now you get to challenge
And see,
it.
people don't realize that you gotta go through all of that.
You have to
before-
wait for an election to finalize.
because they had to bring in their IDs, because
Yep.
you don't have to bring in your ID on election day. We would like you to. That is the Delbert way.
Who doesn't have an ID nowadays?
Well,
Get serious.
everybody's got an ID, or you can't vote absentee without one.
Everybody who should be voting has got an ID to vote with. Everyone who should be voting has got an ID to vote with.
I mean, you got to get a new legal ID in order to get on an airplane. I mean,
really?
yeah,
Even more of a reason
you
for me to
don't-
not travel.
Of course, you don't watch the news. They want you to have a certified license to make sure you're an American.
Okay.
And all it's got to do is have the yellow star on it.
Okay.
Okay. So if you
Isn't
haven't
that what's on our driver's license anyway?
yeah, we've had it for years.
Then why are we making a huge deal about it? That all of a sudden it's a huge deal.
Well, 'cause-
Everybody's got a driver's license or a state issued ID, do they not? If they're an American citizen?
yes, but also people that we got the IDs during COVID, and a few million people that got into the country illegally.
Right.
They got IDs, but they didn't get stars.
They don't have stars on them.
Right.
Okay. Well, I can live with that.
So they're just trying to
I
fix
can
it.
live with that.
Or we assume they don't have stars.
They better not have stars.
Okay. So as we move along here in the real world, what are you doing?
You got me going and digging for my ID to see if I've got a star on it. I want to see the star on my ID.
It's a yellow star,
Go
and
ahead.
it is it's kind of a blurry star in my opinion, but it's
Is it?
there. Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
If you don't have it, then I'm kicking you off this show because
no.
you're an illegal. You got to prove that you're an American.
No, I have it. I just didn't want to show my whole wallet on the Facebook, whatever. But anyway, I'll do that in a minute.
Okay.
Keep going.
So let's see. Debbie Bragansky says it is amazing that people voted for a teacher who has been fired. Yeah, 50% of the people voting in that election voted for her. She has her teaching
Are you
license
sure about that?
suspended for 10 years for cheating on state tests. I guess, Debbie, I thought you listened to this show. I thought I made sure that point was clear many times. Many times. But anyway, it's good everybody's up and everybody's getting going.
Not everybody knows.
So what significant thing do you think what's the first thing in your district as councilwoman would you fix in your ward?
The first thing.
And this is Ward 7 Jackson.
The first thing.
The first thing.
First, I have to go with the first thing, or just one of the
okay, you can-
many that are going to happen. Hopefully,
Okay, one thing.
one thing, the big thing that I haven't really talked about yet. I talked about the other two main things, but I want to explore putting up water towers and digging wells in Jackson, in South Jackson, instead of bringing water all the way across Jackson in these old pipes from a dirty old. My earphones are going out. That's why I'm not doing this. So well. Sorry. We've got problems with water in South Jackson. The farther that you get away from the water treatment plant, the harder it's going to be to get water over there. So if we could maybe pop some wells and put up water towers, if you drive through Jackson right before you get down downtown in the hospital complex, if you look over at St. Dominic's and UMMC and Baptist Hospital,
Right.
they've all drilled wells and have got water towers on their property now because they found it more it was better for them to do that than to depend on Jackson Water.
Well, also,
so why are we not thinking about that for the whole of Jackson?
Just to let you know,
Mhm.
a lot of those water towers, when I was growing up, Jackson ended, we come from Canton.
Right.
And this is long ago when you were probably not even born yet. And we would drive into Jackson, and Jackson began at St. Dominic's Hospital.
Okay.
So some of the water towers that you see
Okay.
are water towers that were up
Already
as,
there.
as the city grew. As the city grew and expanded.
Well, they've all got the names of the hospitals on them now.
Well, because you got because then there was also in the in the 70s, I think it was during Danks or right after Danks, that they banned billboards in Jackson.
Right.
And if it wasn't on the interstate. So
Right.
inner city billboards weren't allowed. Signs on sides of buildings were not allowed.
Right.
And
well, what did we do before?
And they're probably still not allowed.
Right. Well, what did we do before the water treatment plant? Because obviously that is not going to be, in my opinion, the water treatment facility is not a long-term plan for Jackson. There's no reason. We sit on an aquifer here in Mississippi.
Right.
There's no reason that we should be bringing in dirty water off of the reservoir, cleaning it and pumping it in when we have got plenty of water underneath our feet.
Well, the reality is this.
And it wasn't built until 1993. So what did we do before then? And from what I hear, they haven't even done, you're supposed to do regular maintenance on that water treatment plant. The reason why it failed was because they hadn't done maintenance on it since it opened.
Ted's over there fixing it.
Well,
okay. And people are trying to get things back in order.
They are, but
because what happens, like it happened in Canton, it happened in Jackson, you have people running the program,
right?
That all they care about is hiring their friends, their family,
Right.
and all them, and putting them in
Right.
place so that they're not coming and getting it out of their pocket.
Yeah, but
and then when they don't show up for work, they just don't worry about it. Then I can't fire them. They're cutting my cousin Bob. My aunt Hattie Mae's gonna call and get mad at me for firing Bob.
Nope. Wait, I want to look at different. I mean, because a lot of these big holes in the potholes that the kids jumping into.
Yeah.
I mean, those are over our water mains and probably why it's collapsing. One of them, I know if you look down in, you could see the great big pipe.
So we could pop all of those and have private swimming pools in each neighborhood.
Well, no, I'm just saying that instead of having to fix that huge water main to bring water through, maybe we just put a well in South Jackson on the complete opposite side of town from where the water treatment plant is.
I want to say
get those communities up and running with clean water.
I think you already have one in South Jackson.
A well?
No, treatment center. There's more than one in Jackson.
Is there?
Yes.
Well, we got to look into it. We got to get.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we need
water.
to get on that.
Yep.
But with water is a key thing.
Mm-hmm.
The roads are what are important too, and the dirt everywhere and the grass not cut. We got time to take another break.
Oh.
We'll be back. We'll talk about some more of these social issues that we all see, and we see them every day. And it seems to me like if I were going to leave office,
right,
and you're going to leave office if you're Truly or Choteway,
right,
that you at least leave it cleaner than when you saw it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's far too much cleanup in Jackson for him to be able to do in a short amount of time.
Let's take a break. We'll be back here with Taylor Turcotte and Chip Matthews on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. On the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
The weather is heating up and the deals are even hotter at Mazda of Jackson. Right now at Mazda of Jackson, you can drive home your dream Mazda with low financing rates available. 2.9% for 72 months on most models, or finance 36 months and pay just 0.9%. That's right, 0.9%. Experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection. I've been selling real estate now for well over 30 years, and I typically use Chadwick Home Inspectors. And Chad has done many, many home inspections for me.
They are pretty much from roof to foundation. Most people are surprised at just how thorough these home inspections can be. Been working with Rita almost a decade now. Very rarely does she let a deal fall apart. She can usually find a way to negotiate where both parties are satisfied.
RitaJensen.net.
CBS News Brief. On this his 100th day in office, CBS News has learned President Trump is expected to announce a tariff rollback for American car makers. CBS's Weijia Jiang.
We have spoken to Americans across the country about the economy, and almost everybody agrees that their top concern is the uncertainty about what comes next with tariffs.
General Motors beats Wall Street estimates, but it's reassessing projections for the rest of the year because of Trump tariffs. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
GM made $2.8 billion in the first quarter, but earlier predictions of a rosy year ahead have now been put on hold.
Just in, investigators say they believe a car crash into a building that killed 4 students in Chatham, Illinois was not targeted. Deputy Police Chief Scott Tarter.
The vehicle struck multiple persons outside of the building before continuing through the building and exiting out on the west side of the structure.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
It can be hard to move past the guilt, times of weakness and regret, knowing you weren't there for your family when they needed you the most. But there is life after addiction. We're seeing broken families restored, one man at a time, through our vehicle, cash, and thrift store donations. It's given Mercy House Adult and Teen Challenge the ability to help these men succeed in having better lives. Donate a vehicle, running or not, and we'll come pick it up. Call today, 601-572-7296, or visit us at vehicledonationsms.com.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins for Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland, announcing our Mother and Father's Day sale beginning April 2nd. All Pride lift chairs will be $300 to $500 off suggested retail pricing as our Atlanta Braves fan special. So come in, mention you're looking for the Braves special, and we will help you select the best lift chair for you or your loved one. That's right, the Pride lift chair, $300 to $500 off MSRP. Many other items are on special pricing right now as well. So come see us at Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland.
Struggling with your dog's behavior? Hunter Logan here with the Dog Wizard, and we can help. Our trainers use proven techniques to turn chaos into harmony. Whether it's a playful puppy or a seasoned barker, we make obedience a natural part of their behavior. It's your turn to have peaceful walks and calm gatherings at home. We offer board and trains, private lessons, and more, all tailored to your dog's individual needs. Visit thedogwizardmadison.com and create a happier home. The Dog Wizard Madison. It's dog training done right.
We all love the farm-to-table food concept, right? Well, at Burnt Corn Farm, they bring you locally grown flowers straight from the farm to the vase. With a wide selection of flowers and excellent service, Burnt Corn Farm will make your next party or shower a southern delight. Sign up for a monthly bouquet subscription, and their farm-fresh flowers will brighten your days all season long. You can also book your next family photo session in their wildflower field. That's Burnt Corn Farm on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back on a Tuesday morning here on the Chip Matthews Show.
Hello, all.
With special guest Taylor Turcotte.
Am I a special guest?
You're a special guest. As a guest host.
I guess
since you come to work every once in a while, you kind of got to come today 2 days in a row.
Okay.
Not that I didn't
To
mention
get my
you every
status
day.
back.
You got to get your status back. That's
All right. I got to work for it.
Okay. And somebody else put up here online this morning, they were talking about the situation in Canton when John Wallace and Robert Anderson were running the CMU in Canton. They kept a tighter rein on all the electrical, water, and sewer systems in Canton. They also had a few $1 million in the bank.
Yep. So for all of the novices, what is CM?
Canton Municipal Utilities. We buy all our utilities from the city. And the city has a cooperative, and they go out and they work hard to get us better rates and this, that, and the other. Canton actually, for a normal house, let's say a 2-3 bedroom house.
Right.
I guess that's a normal house.
Yeah.
Your utility bill is going to run $300-400 for water, gas, garbage,
Everything.
everything.
Wow. Except for cable.
No, there was a plan there at one time in my plan in my first administration, or rather my first run, that I was going to make sure that we added the service of internet and cable to the bill.
Yeah.
I think that's doable.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be helpful because, years ago when you first got cable systems,
Mhm.
you remember the channel that would say like, City of Jackson, the public access channel with all of that. And they ran ads on, just still ads.
Yep.
Well, those channels were required by cable systems to be in each network, in each city.
Okay.
And they were there as public service. And that was for the use of the cable system in the area.
Okay.
It's part of the contract.
Right.
Because you get paid for them to be in your area, but the city gets paid for you for their access rights.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, for instance, like in Pearl, they have the broadcast station and this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
That's where they take advantage of it.
Oh.
See, Jackson used to have some public access, and I was a public access producer.
Yeah.
And you produce your own shows and you would put them up.
Okay.
Doesn't exist anymore. Same in Canton.
Okay.
Because these broadcasters, or rather cable, these people that run all of that, have dumbed it down to where it all got lazy.
Yeah.
And I often think that it's part of when we went to less experienced politicians. When we went to that, let's say, for instance, when one guy lost, the other guy didn't want to listen to the guy before him.
Right.
And find out what to do.
Right.
And then a new lawyer comes in.
Because it was competitive.
Yeah. And
term limits would take care of that because they'd work together coming in and out. That's one good thing about term limits.
Beth Avon lady says, good morning, Chip Matthews and Taylor Turcotte.
Good morning.
Good morning, and prayers to all of us. So, but you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People, and over the years, what we have is a situation where everybody forgot what the other guy was doing.
Yep.
And there was no extension of the plan of what somebody else was doing.
Right.
And it's like, for instance, Trump was in a situation where he couldn't come in and extend anything Biden was doing.
Right. Well,
So-
isn't that why he's asking again
That's
for
why-
another 4 years on the end? Because it takes 8 years to really get anything into
Well, I
motion.
mean, he's scraping it all clean and trying to
He
fix
is.
it right now. And
He
that's
can
what
do
you've
it
got
without-
to do.
Yep. We
Good
can't
morning,
put
Mr. Hinkle.
We can't put 4 more years on Trump after these.
Well, no,
4.
he's not going to do
He's
that.
done
He's
his.
only going after him.
Yep.
But I mean, we're about to in tonight. He's going to be on ABC Live. I don't know if
Mhm.
he's on live everywhere else, but I know he's on ABC tonight.
Okay.
Doing an interview.
Okay.
But I'm expecting something to be announced today.
It's the end of his first 100 days
You know,
today.
but he's done more than anybody else
Yeah.
in 100 days.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly, it's in my opinion, it's been kind of slow considering how he busted into the office the first time.
So when you go into office in Jackson,
And, I mean,
what
that's next.
what's your agenda for your first 100 days?
Oh gosh.
Think about that.
Think about that.
See, I know my agenda
I know.
for my 100 days.
I know.
I'm going to meet with businessmen.
I'm
going to start filling up the square with businesses. Where would you,
I'm almost afraid to say what the first thing I'm going to do is.
what's that?
I want to get into the financials. I want to see where
Oh.
everything has been lost in Jackson. It is a train wreck in Jackson. I want to dig in and
But you got to get the votes for that.
I know.
I mean, you can go look at it.
What do you mean I've got to get the votes
Well,
for that?
let's say, for instance, you want to bring Shad White in.
No, I just want the financials to have the financials from last year. Have they been turned in Jackson yet?
I'm sure they have.
City Council has got to have them in order to set their next budget.
No,
They're
they
supposed to be turned in. Yeah, they do. If in order, 2 summers ago, we pulled in the accountant for Jackson into the City Council, and the City Council basically said to him, "Why have you not done our taxes yet?" And he said, "Because it is basically May, and I'm still waiting for financials from the mayor."
Okay, and then what you do, this is what they do in Canton. I'll tell you what they do, and it sounds shady, but basically you spend all the money on paper, and then during the year you reappropriate it. It's not that hard to come up with the budget, and that's why I look at the state Senate and say, how did you not do a budget for the
Right.
state when all you have
Right.
to do is reappropriate what you got?
Right.
And if you didn't, if some program got cut, it's cut.
Right.
It's cut. So, you know,
yep.
I don't get the logic in that. And I mean, we don't have a budget and we don't have a ballot initiative. That is the most important thing other than the budget that Tate Reeves needs to make sure we take care of.
Right.
And, you know, it's something that we got to have.
Right.
We've got to have a
How
voice.
did they miss that?
The people have to have a voice. We don't have a voice. They say, well, every 4 years you have a voice. 20% of us have the voice. And of the 20% that vote, I'd say there's 10% cheating of the 20%.
Right.
So that means, you know, basically in Jackson, 18,000 people are deciding what y'all going to do. In Canton, it's 15.
Not this year.
1,500
Not
people.
this year. Please, everybody. I'm hopeful that the Democratic primary showing was so pitiful because of the fact that everybody didn't show up.
So we're saying
I mean, it doesn't.
Republicans stay home.
If you are a Jackson resident, you need to be getting registered to vote and vote.
And the reality is you can
It's
still
time.
register to vote
Mhm.
through May 1st.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. So
Or is
that
it
will
May
be.
5th? Or is it May 5th? It may
I guess we need to check.
We'll
but
check on that.
May 1st would be Thursday.
But today
so
would be a good day if you
Yeah.
if you haven't registered to vote.
I mean,
go
if-
register, please.
if you love Jackson, register to vote. And we've got 150,000 people in Jackson. And basically the same amount of people showed up to vote in this Democratic primary as they showed up in Chokwe's last election.
Right.
And that was right around 17,000 people.
Right.
So everybody needs this is a
Spit it out.
groundbreaking year. We've all got to show up and make Jackson has been burnt to the ground. Let's show up and reclaim it.
Right. I mean, it's been Chimneyville since
it has.
forever.
It
And
has.
that's the reality.
It is.
I mean,
We've got
the-
school shootings now.
The last time it was the Yankees that burned it down. This time
Yeah.
it was the Democrats.
It was.
I mean, and that's fact.
Well, and it's not even Southern Democrats, it's Detroit Democrats that burnt the city
Mm-hmm.
of Jackson down. It's not like the people of Mississippi or the people who've been living in Jackson for their entire lives have done this. We let people from Boston, Yankees come in and take over Jackson
Right.
from Detroit,
Right.
and they have put the same Detroit 10-year plan that they have up there. And I'm glad to know that we have some plans from Detroit on how they're cleaning up there, since we're basically kind of right behind what they're doing.
I watched
But
the corruption of the mayor of Detroit that destroyed Detroit.
Yeah.
Last night I saw a documentary on him.
well,
And
yeah, and now we've got the shooting in the school.
you had shooting yesterday.
That school
at Jackson at Jim Hill.
last summer.
Okay.
I think I may have even talked about it on this radio show a couple of times. Last summer, I was told that the two schools that were combining over there in Jackson, they were closing down schools. They closed down schools because the buildings are falling down, not because there's no students. They combined those two schools. What nobody realizes is those were two rival schools. You basically took rival children and put them, and I'm surprised. I was worried about fights breaking out as soon as they got back in school.
Well, you don't know that they have
in the fall. Well, we didn't hear of any.
Well, you're not going to.
Well, I know.
I mean, how much?
I would have heard, and I didn't
I
hear
mean, you know, they just a
of
lot
anything
of stuff.
until now.
A lot of stuff is hidden from us.
It is.
It's like, for instance, you have the rape in Gluckstadt.
Yeah.
That guy got sentenced yesterday, and he's an illegal.
Of course.
And you know, and
If we allow them to break our laws coming over the border, why are they going to respect any other ones once they get here?
That's right.
I mean, it's common sense. You can't have a nanny state and open borders. It's one or the other.
Okay. Time to take another break. Right here. She's back. Taylor Turcotte. Chip Matthews here on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. Remember, we'll be back after Clay's show this morning. Clay comes on at 7 and we'll be back at 9. Yeah, that's right. 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And we are here at WYAB. Be right back at you. We are here at WYAB. Be right.
1039 WYAB.
Pet emergencies don't wait, so why should you? At Urge Vet Emergency Vets of Madison, we offer low wait times and cutting-edge technology to provide fast, expert care for all household pets. Our hours of operation are weeknights 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. and 24 hours on weekends and holidays. Our phone number is 601-790-1918, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Because when it comes to your pet's health, trust the team that's fast, reliable, and compassionate.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
Tom's Fried Pies. And I made the mistake. I ordered one pie. I figured, you know what, I'll try Tex Mex. It was so good. Man, second go round, I ate the pecan pie. You will need a meat pie. And a dessert one, get both because they are off the hook.
I went to Tom's Fried Pies today, and I'm going back. I tried the taco one, really good. When I go back, I'll bring some home.
Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle serviced or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Did you know that the average 6-room house collects 40 pounds of dust each year? Local business Pure Air Consultants Duct Cleaning Service can rid your home of the dust, dirt, and debris that may be caught in your air ducts. They can eliminate the mold, fungi, and microbes that might be growing inside your ductwork and polluting the air you breathe in your home. Mention WYAB and receive a free UV light with system replacement. Visit online at mypureairconsultants.com. mypureairconsultants.com.
Albritton's Jewelers. When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than Albritton's. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At Albritton's, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. Albritton's Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson.
Albritton's Jewelers. Attention homeowners and business owners. Complete Exteriors is now Elite Roofing and Gutters. Are your roof and gutters storm ready? The folks at Elite are your local experts in storm protection. Now is the time for an inspection and for proactive solutions that ensure your roof and gutters can withstand any storm. Get up to a possible $250 rebate on a new roofing system for all active military, veterans, and retirees. Online at EliteRoofer.com.
Where do you stand in the pro-life community? If you're passionate about protecting the sanctity of life from fertilization to natural death, please join us at Pro-Life Mississippi as we make a difference and save lives right here in our own state. Pro-Life Mississippi is a community of individuals dedicated to equipping others to value all human life, including the preborn, those with disabilities, and the elderly. Our mission is simple: to provide unwavering support, education, and advocacy for the preborn, their families, and other vulnerable children and adults. If you're just starting your pro-life journey or you have been an advocate of life for many years, Pro-Life Mississippi needs your voice and talents to save lives in Mississippi. Together, we can make a difference in building a stronger pro-life Mississippi. Learn more about us at prolifems.org. That's prolifems.org. Be part of the community that celebrates each and every human life.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And good Tuesday morning. Welcome back on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB.
Forgot where he was for a minute.
I just got him and looked outside to see if Clay was showing up yet, but I guess he's out tooling around in the Tesla.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. He'll be in this morning.
Yep.
I assume.
I don't get the trucks. I don't understand the need for like the Roblox look on a Tesla truck.
What do you mean?
I mean, it looks like a Mars rover. That
Have you been to Mars?
I have not, but
Okay.
I don't understand why. First of all, I don't understand why it's called a truck when it doesn't have a bed on the back of it, right?
Why would you have a bed on it? Do
Well,
we call
'cause it's a
Mattress Express and get a bed?
Truck.
Oh.
On the bed. Isn't there normally an open area where you could carry something
Yes.
on the back of the truck?
And it
So,
does.
I mean,
it does exist.
It does. It is on there.
Yeah, it's got like a opening and closing door.
Okay. I'm just saying I don't understand why it's got to look all metal and angular like it does.
Well, that's to reflect the bullets when people are shooting at you.
I don't think Elon made it like that to reflect bullets.
Well,
Maybe in Jackson that might be a thought process.
It is bulletproof.
It is bulletproof?
Yes.
Well, that's a selling feature that they didn't really sell very well on the Tesla. I didn't realize it was bulletproof.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me tell y'all about something going on this weekend, and I found it's a way they give back to the community. It is Rattlers Ferry.
Oh.
Okay, Rattlers Ferry is hosting a crawfish boil competition.
Oh wow!
This Saturday, May 3rd, benefiting the Children's Hospital.
I was up that way this weekend.
Yes. Let's see if I can find some more. Let me find the rest of this. And you can come on out and at Rattlers Ferry on May 3rd. Stop by and enjoy some delicious crawfish, amazing local live music, bounce houses, face painting, cornhole.
Wait, at Rattlers Ferry?
Rattlers Ferry.
Isn't it just like I know that it's a...
You have not been out there in quite some time, obviously.
Actually, I've been out there. Well, the last time I was at Rattlers Ferry, we put a boat in water, and that was like 2009.
Okay.
I'd say.
No,
it's been a while. But I mean, I was going to Rattlers Ferry when I was 5.
Okay.
When my dad used to camp out on the sandbars during his summer break.
There was the small one there, and then they redid it when Derek had it, and then it's been redone again, and it's fabulous.
Really?
It's a fabulous building.
I took Gracie on a ride up. We went up to the cypress swamps to walk. She needed to get out, so I put her in the car and we went for a ride up the Natchez Trace.
I used to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
I was a young child, and I'd go out there late at night when I first had a car on a car date, carry them out there and scare the heck out of them. Okay, listen. Let me tell you what bands are out there. 2-Lane Highway from 2 to 6. Sound Check from 8 to 12 Saturday. And this is a crawfish boil. And my understanding is it's about $30 to get in.
Okay.
With free crawfish.
What if you don't eat crawfish? You're still gonna pay $30.
They'll give you a roll. No. They'll give you corn and you'll probably get the corn and potatoes.
Sausage.
You're gonna get some. Yeah, you can get the sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's all too spicy for me.
Okay.
So I guess I won't be making it to the crawfish bowl.
Okay. So y'all go on out and check that out. We'll be telling y'all more about that during the week. Of course, that's a big thing on the weekends is the motorcycle. The beautiful weather this past week, and we had bikes out riding. Y'all be careful. Watch out for our friends on motorcycles.
Yes, do.
Be very careful of that.
Yep.
So you're not going to make it back at 9 o'clock this morning.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I need to go work.
Okay. So she's going to go out and work. Remember all of our sponsors. And if you want to be a sponsor, get in touch with us and you can be a sponsor of this program.
Yes.
Or maybe we should just do commercials for people and they pay us not to talk about them.
That
could become a thing.
I don't think that'd be good if we stop talking about politicians because they paid us. That would be.
Yep. So y'all come on in and check out all our sponsors here. And remember, coming up at 10 o'clock this morning is the Jameson Haygood Show.
Yep. And I need some signs. So on Venmo, I'm Tay Turcotte, 2 T's and an E, TayTurcotte on Venmo. Or there's a guy who said that he did sign. So I'm going to.
Yeah. Okay. We got
turn it over to him.
Got
maybe
10 seconds.
All
We'll
right.
see you later.
Bye.
I'll be back at 9. Bye-bye.